199 grams. That's how much marijuana you could carry in Logan without facing penalties if the city's marijuana ordinance passes. Last year, the issue got 43% of voters to say yes. Don Keeney, president of the Southeast Ohio National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana, or NORML, believes this is the year that the issue will pass.
I think the key this year is going to be the presidential race. With the presidential race, more voters who typically favor Democrats, which favor liberal issues.
One person that agrees with the push for lower penalties is Carol McDaniel, a secretary at the Shaw Company located in downtown Logan.
I think it should be legalized completely. I think we have a lot larger issues, bigger drugs. There's a lot of people who need medical marijuana, and having it and not being punished or put in prison for a small amount is what we need to have.
And if the ordinance were to pass,
no fines, no jail time, no loss of license. They cannot tell your state or federal job. They cannot tell your state or your probation officer or your parole officer. They can't report it higher than a municipal court. It ends up freeing up the police force time and resources so they can go after some of the real criminals.
Although Logan Police Captain Ryan Gabriel does believe opioids are a bigger issue in the city, he doesn't think decriminalizing marijuana is necessarily the solution.
We don't want more or more easily accessible any type of controlled substance out there than needs to. But you know, like I said, the voting public will vote on it and we will deal with it there.
This ordinance follows the precedent set by a Toledo initiative that passed a little over a year ago. The Toledo ordinance passed by 70%, and it was written by Chad Thompson, who also wrote the Logan ordinance that's appearing on this year's ballot. And today, he spoke at the Rally in the Valley event at the Utopia.
I had seen that there were cities elsewhere in the United States that were doing local ballot initiatives, but they were legalizing marijuana. And that was making it so that it wasn't an actual law. And I found in Ohio that we can lower the penalty to 0 and still be a law. It's not in conflict with state law.
Now, even if this ordinance does pass, there is a catch. Logan City officials, including the law director, would meet to decide whether or not people caught with less than 200 grams would be charged under the Ohio Revised Code. That means they would still be charged with the state penalty, even in the city of Logan, and it doesn't matter if this ordinance is passed.
Typically, the way that it works when a local ordinance is in conflict with a state ordinance, it's the state ordinance that's going to preempt the local ordinance.
I could see why she would say that. It's common to think that state law trumps local law. But this is actually kind of counterintuitive. We were authorized as citizens to pass a law locally. If there's no conflict, that's the law.
It remains to be seen how charging will work for marijuana possession in Logan, but if the ordinance passes, one thing is for sure for the NORML organization.
We'll just keep going as normal until it's total freedom. You know, they need to regulate it like alcohol, tobacco. You know, they can put it in a store and sell it out like that. You know, until it's there, I feel there's no reason to stop.
Advocates for NORML say they will take legal action if the city does not recognize the local ordinance, leaving the decision up to the courts. For WOUB News, I'm Justin Holbrock.